an anticlimax this is going to be. Fellow members of Prantik family, friends from out of town, and especially our young adult members and children, my warm puja greetings to you and good wishes. I'm sure you're all enjoying this great Bengali event, Durga Puja, as much as I am. The much anticipated cultural function, which is perhaps the high point of the entire event, is in full swing. The organizers have made every effort to involve as many of the members as possible, both young and not so young, in performances. I probably fit the description, culturally hopeless and biologically ageless. But Ankita, one of our leading organizers, out of the generosity of her heart, invited me to speak briefly. I emphasize briefly. Being a teacher by trade, speaking comes somewhat naturally to me. And as the saying goes, those who can, do. Those who cannot, teach. I might add, those who cannot teach or do, preach and criticize. Well, that was the intro. Let me now say a few words about what it is that we are celebrating and celebrate every year with such enthusiasm. My address is aimed mainly at our younger members who are growing up amid a culture which is different from their parents. So my young friends, both in front and here, in your daily lives, you are having to cope constantly with two different cultural practices, one at home and the other outside. My advice to you is a simple one. Be proud of them both. Be a proud Kiwi and also a proud Bengali and Indian. Love your rugby and the beer that goes with it when allowed, but in moderation. Have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a whole string of them, but again in moderation. No more than one at a time. But always tell your objects of love not to expect dowry or wedding gifts. That will keep the loved ones at home happy. And all good Kiwis do observe the Waitangi Day, the Anzac Day, celebrate Matariki, and of course Christmas. But try also to understand and appreciate the cultural traditions of your ancestral homeland, Bengal and India, such as this Durga Puja. Feel proud of the richness of these traditions, which are ancient but still very much alive. Feel able and proud to tell your Kiwi friends about these events in the schoolyards, university campuses, and places of work at leisure times. Tell them about the colorful social gatherings, the varied cultural performances, and of course, the delicious Indian food that we experience. India, as you probably know, is a country of many languages, religions, and cultures, so many different festivals are celebrated year-round in India. These events are not just religious, they have great social, cultural, economic, and spiritual sides too. In our otherwise busy and self-centered lives, these events help us to bring together and share a few happy hours with friends. The ties that bind us as friends are precious and deserve renewing, which these events enable. Tonight, as ever, our cultural function includes songs, dances, music, recitations, and drama. You, as performers, have practiced long and hard to do your best on the night and give your audience pleasure. I congratulate you on that and wish you joy and a sense of fulfillment. Your performances tonight include celebrating the lives and artistic creations of some of the icons of our Bengali culture, such as Rabindranath Tagore and Satyajit Ray. I would hope that you will be inspired beyond tonight to dig deeper into their lives and their creative works and encourage your Kiwi friends about them. You may be interested to know that Indian culture values the performing arts very highly. There is a saying in Sanskrit, "Na vidya sangitat para," which means there is no artistic calling superior to music. India's musical traditions, both vocal and instrumental, are rich and varied. An entire treatise in Sanskrit, you may be interested to know, is devoted to the performing arts. It's called the Natya Shastra, written by a sage named Bharata. The treatise was composed some 2000 years ago. In its 36 chapters and 6,000 short poetic couplets, it covers every aspect of the performing arts like music, dance, stage acting, preparation and decoration of the venues, proper timing of the performances, and their emotional appeals. Perhaps no other culture has such an elaborate text covering these arts, certainly not from such a long time ago. So feel proud to belong to such a rich, ancient and continuing cultural tradition and be able to practice it. I know the audience is waiting eagerly to enjoy the ongoing event, and Ankita reminded me several times to be brief. I may have defied her warning, and I'm in mortal fear that she may drop me at the next future event. But if she does that, I'm sure you will all appreciate after my rambling performance. I'll finish, as always, in Bengali, Bangla, from Rabindranath. Safalo karo he Prabhu, aaj e sabha, e rajani ho mahotsava. Safalo karo he Prabhu, aaj e sabha, e rajani ho mahotsava. May this gathering be fulfilling and the festivities crowned with great success. Thank you and namaskar.